Hi, my name is Danielle Martinez, and I actually really liked the comic strip that we were provided for this week one discussion. Um, I really think that using comic strips or even political cartoons are a really great way to get your students to understand the subject of social studies or even history. I think it makes it more interesting than just throwing text or making them read textbooks or even just watching documentaries. I think using the comic strips or political cartoons makes it more relatable for them. And I thought personally that this one was really relatable for me because I know that I have a hard time getting in front of people and just like opening up, and when an obstacle comes, it's kind of hard to get over. And I feel like that's mainly what this strip was about. It was about somebody getting on stage. They had one person that particularly didn't like what they were doing, and at first they run away, but then she realizes that maybe shouldn't have been the way that she handled the situation. So she goes back on stage, does what she loves, and then when the obstacle gets thrown at her way again, she uses it to her advantage this time. And I think that's a really big thing that a lot of people can relate to. And I really liked that after the strip, it kind of goes into that little article and it kind of goes into the background as of what the strip is about. And I think that was really helpful because personally, I don't really recall learning about Eleanor Roosevelt. I don't really know anything about her, so I think it was really nice to have that background. And I liked how it really connected to the strip because it goes in to talk about how she suffered from depression and that her mother didn't like her mother thought she was ugly, and then when she grew up she actually did like all this great stuff with her life. So I think that really connected really well, and I thought that it was kind of cool because when you think of first ladies, a lot of the time like they're just kind of like there to support their husbands. And when we think about first ladies, Michelle Obama is kind of like the first lady to actually get out and be productive and do things. And this article actually states that Eleanor Roosevelt actually did things while her husband was in office as well. Like it states that she was working on things for the homeless, and that during the Great Depression she was a help towards that and women's equality. So she was actually pretty productive while her husband was in the White House. She just kind of didn't sit around and have tea parties and stuff like that. So I thought that this was a great way to get us to know more about Eleanor Roosevelt. And like I said, I think it was really relatable to a lot of people.